It's episode 14. We're breaking down Barcelona and we're blaming it on the alcohol. We're starting now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Blame it on the goose, got you feeling loose, blame it on the trunk, got you feeling strong, blame it on the
I can't dab. We have no room to dab. Yes, it is Sunday.
My favorite day of the week.
My favorite day as well. It's Sunday and we're blaming it on the alcohol, but we're totally sober, we promise. I am your host, Lian Castillo. You can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian, and I can't do this without my girls. We're switching it up today.
Hi, I'm Miss Conversation Piece. You can follow me on Instagram at Conversation Piece or Twitter, Miss Combo Piece. That's MISS Combo Piece. And I'm always ready to be bougie and brunchy and bitchy.
Yeah. You're giving me Beetlejuice vibes today.
Oh, yes.
Beetlejuice vibes. Yes, honey.
Hey, you guys. Yes, I'm in exactly the same position. But I am Erika Edwards. You can follow me on all social media at Erika, Erika, D as in door, Edwards.
And what's up, y'all? It's Drew Jones. You can find me on all the things drinking Henny and Coke just like Portia at OKDrewJ.
Yes, that Henny and Coke.
Yes.
We love that Henny and Coke, and we break it down. Eva's starting it off with a little coffee tour. She's a little barista, asking everybody if she wants, a little coffee. It was really nice of her. And no one slept good. And there's bars on the window. What do you guys think about this villa? I don't think it was that bad, but apparently it was bad enough for Nene to be like, we boning out.
Well, they're more mature. They're mature. And so their bodies being mature cannot handle immature beds. And so I understand. I get it.
No, I feel like when I'm on vacay, I want to live in luxury. I mean, I want to live somewhere nice on vacation.
Exactly.
I don't want to be in a okay place. I want to be
worked hard
living
for the
lavish.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
True, but I also feel off the top, Cynthia already said from day one it's going to be Groupon and Airbnb, and that's exactly what they got. No shade on Airbnb because I love you guys. You save me plenty of money, and feel free to sponsor our show at any time. But yeah,
you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for, and you know what? Yeah, I don't know about them, but I don't know about anybody else. But I'm too old to be in an Airbnb. I need to be in a hotel. I need to be in a king size bed. My back be hurting too. So you know what I mean?
Well, some Airbnbs are nice, and she said the pictures didn't do the place. She made it look better.
that's true. I had some friends stayed at an Airbnb when they came down here for All Star, and it was like a dope crib in West Hollywood, fire pit. It was very, very nice.
That's true. I've also been on dates with people that looked very different online and did not look the same in
I
person.
know. It's not their fault they got catfished in the house. It happens to the best of us.
Catfished.
You know what? He was looking 6'5" in the photos, and he might have been 5'6" in person. But yeah,
Well, catfish or not, dating online, dating or not, whatever. It comes down to relationships, and Candy said it best. One relationship affects it all. This ripple effect that they got going on is hitting really, really hard, especially with the kids getting involved in the social media postings. We pick up right where we left off. Selfie or no selfie, Brielle is getting involved, and she's shading. She's shading the mirror situation. She's shading the water bugs. I've said it before. It's the South. There are bugs everywhere.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Water bugs are just a thing that is in the South, especially Atlanta. And if you can't handle it, you should go live in
But that's not the issue, guys. Why are we doing calculated moves on our friends?
Yeah.
Why are we taking pictures, holding it for later, shading people on social media? Why are we doing that?
Because I don't think Kim's all there.
And I think Kim should check Brielle. At the end of the day, I think fundamentally no one should talk to Brielle because she is still somebody's child out the group. So, but her mom, Kim, should take responsibility and talk to her. Be like, no, you don't put this on social media. And I'm not going to now use it to promote
Is
it.
she a child, though?
She's
How
20.
old?
She's grown.
I know
20?
she's grown. She's
I believe so.
23, I believe. But
She's
still,
23?
Yeah, but she's, you know what I'm saying? You can't really.
Well, you could say something to her. She's an
gonna
adult,
Google
but
that.
I don't agree with. Yeah, I don't think you should tell someone how to raise their kids. Sheree was right about that. But selfie or no selfie, it was wrong. It was calculated. I don't trust people like that. I wouldn't want someone in my home like that.
Right.
Right.
That's why I'm very
She's
selective.
21.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
that's why.
she's 21. Thank you for the fact checks.
That's why I'm very selective about who I bring to my home, because you don't want to be guarded at your home. You want to be comfortable, having fun, and not worried about somebody taking pictures. And
That is true. Although you should get rid of the bugs before you invite people over. I was just gonna say that, but I love Nene. I'm sure your house is wonderful, girl.
I don't have
love it, I love
bugs.
it.
Water bugs are one of those things though that they really just will come. Like they'll come from anywhere. Like you will see, you could have done a whole thing and like they will pop up and just be there out of the blue. But I think the Brielle situation is Brielle has been warned numerous times to stop getting in grown folk business, and she continuously does it. And so I don't know. Like I feel like if I was, first of all, if I was pulling that kind of stuff with my mom, I'd be 6 feet under. My mom doesn't play.
No,
that stuff.
she's wrong. She's wrong. And the morning started a little bit heavy. You know, Shamia, you know, her and Eva got into it right away. And she was like, look, we go there in this group. And Eva's like, look, I get it, but my husband or my boyfriend is running for public office. I don't want to talk about my sexuality out there like that. You know what I mean? It was really, really deep right in the morning. We talked about it. You know what I do like about Eva, though? I like that she's a very calm arguer. Mm-hmm. When she argues with, she's just very calm. She's not defensive. I think that she's playing the cards right. She's starting it back. Marlo was cracking me up. Whoop, there it is. We can't ask her anything. Well, at least the president is set. You know, don't come at me like that. Eva is warning everybody. What do you guys think about this?
well, first of all, if you go on reality TV, you should be ready to put it all out there. If you don't want to, then don't come on this show. Like, you watched the show before you came on. Mm-hmm. What season are we in?
10.
Okay, so you know what's going down when you get on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You're getting shade.
I didn't think that Marlo's question was, Shamia's question was that offensive. Just be like, nah, I didn't date Missy Elliott, or yes, I did. Like, I don't think it's like this deep.
It
and
was offensive.
You're coming at me. No, what was offensive was how they dealt with the lesbian issue.
Yeah.
That was offensive, but that wasn't just Shamia. That was all of them.
Yeah.
That was offensive to watch it, but I don't think anybody was like, ooh, we thought you were a lesbian. It wasn't all of that. I read in the blogs you hooked up with Missy Elliott. Yes or no? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
It could have been very light if you just put some humor in.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I hooked up with Missy Elliott. What you think I am, Tweet? No, I'm not Tweet, girl.
Yeah, exactly. She could have lightened it up, and then I think for her to bring it up now again, like she's trying to check Shamia, is a little over the top because neither one of y'all are quite in the group anyway. So.
I agree, because one, I think it's weird that you find being called a lesbian an insult. Like, that's its whole own, like, why? Like, if it was,
Well,
if
that's an Atlanta thing. We talked about
if
this.
it was like, oh, I heard you're with some dude, would you still be trying to check us the same way that you're checking, Missy Elliott? But also, like, again, like you said, this is a reality show. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta of all things. There's been crazier things said. So for you to be like, for her to constantly trying to check Shamia, I feel like was almost like how Shamia was doing the Porsche at her bridal shower or wherever, where she's trying to show off for everyone else and be like, look, I can check people too.
Well, Marlo's always like that, but the truth always comes out. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So they were just setting the precedent. Look, I know you're a little cautious girl and you're the new girl, but we're just letting you know the truth always comes out and you might have to backpedal. So, we move on, and let me just say, bravo in their montages. I counted at least 4 montages today.
So many.
And it starts off with Portia and the lesbian montage. And everyone talking about, well, she wanted to make out with me and she wanted to eat me. I'm like, if I have to hear that again, it is a lot. It is a lot. Saved by the Nene. Nene comes out, and she couldn't have came at a better time because it was just getting a little too heavy for the morning. Save that for the evening when y'all gonna get arrested. So Nene comes out and she's like, look, I know that there's been some talks, but we moving out, we getting out of here. They're all excited. Of course they run out. We out of here, being all rude to the staff. I'm like, there's people there that are still working.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that bad of a place. They had like a personal chef.
Yeah.
They had people working, which is a little bit crazy. They had a little twerk session the night before, and they showed some video flashbacks, and Marlo's got a great booty.
Yeah, she has a nice rump, but she doesn't know how to use it.
No, she doesn't. Shamia was twerking pretty
Okay,
good.
I twerk like Marlo, so I'm not even gonna lie. I'm horrible, but I'm taking classes, so I'm getting better.
I would be probably dancing like Nene, doing some interpretive dance, trying to distract
That was
everybody.
hilarious. I was like, "What? You were a stripper, Nene."
Yeah, in the 80s. I mean, what y'all expect? I love you,
Yeah,
Nene. I love you, Nene.
It was a while ago.
It was back
If that's
in
what
the day.
strippers were like in the 80s, I kind of want to go back to the
And
80s.
we've talked about this. Nene's freak number hasn't always been the highest, so we've always doubted Nene's little freakness.
But I want to know how Marlo is getting all these coins from these rich men if she can't even swear.
Because they're old and white.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, so you don't have to
she
know how to
goes
twerk.
for a specific demographic.
yeah, like if you're in a
Okay.
walker, why are you worried about somebody twerking? You're not. You don't care. I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Not that there's anything wrong with old people and like walkers. They're great. But I don't think that
I
they're-
love old men. They're my favorite.
I hate Rick Lee.
I'm channeling a little Anna Nicole Smith, baby. Yes.
Push your man in the wheelchair?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna catch me one.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna be a Real Housewife.
Oh yes.
I'd watch it.
So we move on to the little bus situation where this girl-on-girl action happens. The phones are out. I'm like, y'all, if I'm gonna kiss someone, why are all these phones out?
It just gave me such like middle school flashbacks when like you're gonna go kiss so and so for the first time. Everyone's
Like a
"Oh
spin
my
the
God."
bottle moment?
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Like I was like, y'all
But
like,
it's different now. All these, cameras all on
Yeah.
my grill. I'm like, y'all Snapchatting too much.
First of all, Cynthia came up with this 50 Cent challenge. She should have gone all the way in. Like
And she should have very black and white, like what you want to do. Not like, well, if you guys want to come up with something, let me know. I'd have been like, this is what you're doing. I have it all planned out. It's going to be fun. We're in another country. You have to squeeze someone's ass. You have to make out with the stranger in the bar. You have to go home with someone. Ooh, just kidding.
I think she wants to kiss Candy though because Candy is the freakiest out of the group.
Well,
I
so
would
she's
wanna
been
kiss
talking
Candy,
about getting with Candy like for weeks because she mentioned it the other day. Like if
Yeah.
she ever got with someone, it would be Candy. So I think she's been having some little
Yeah.
down low secrets about Candy.
She's like,
back
y'all
in
are
the
going to
day.
drag me to the lady pond by force. Like, no, I think you're walking over there
girl,
calmly.
you're
Thank
chilling
you.
in a floaty up in there. You're ready.
Thank you.
Exactly. I think you're so bored with the will. You're about to try something new.
You're ready to go.
Well, I think they even said something about like when she kissed Portia, she was like, I feel like I had sex with Portia, and Marlo was like, girl, if that's
Oh, honey, that's not sex.
the equivalent of sex, like your sex life
You
must
poor
suck.
thing.
Who do you guys think have the best sex life?
You poor
out of
thing,
all of
that's not sex. We'll have to teach you about it. I think probably Candy because
Yeah.
obviously she has the sex toy line, and Candy. Todd is also a cuckolder, and a cuckolder is not someone that holds cocks. It's not. It's a Shakespearean term that means you like to watch your significant other be sexually satisfied by other people.
Word of the day.
We're very familiar with that at our household.
I don't like to share. I don't like to do that. I
Thank
don't know.
you, Lian, for that info. That is good to know.
Well, I'm just saying, like Todd's like, if you're gonna be kissing someone, I want to watch.
Yeah.
So he wants to be
Yes.
part of the action.
I feel like some fun stuff's gone down in the
I was gonna say this ain't the
Don't
first
hate.
time. It's
Right.
not the first time. They've been to that
what guy
rodeo
doesn't
before.
want girl on girl action?
Well, I'm
though?
just saying, don't hate, participate.
Hey, teamwork makes the dream work.
Very true. Very true.
Well, here's what it comes down to. Cynthia wanted to kiss Candy because she was the most experienced, and I attribute this to flying a plane. Would you want to be with the pilot that's like, well, thank you guys, it's my first time flying. I just got out of flying school. And we're all like going to Vegas with you? No, I'm scared. Wouldn't you want to be with someone that's been like, I have flown this plane 100 times. I could fly it and land it any way you want me to.
You know Portia is no amateur when it comes down to getting dirty.
I think her freak is up there. She's probably
Yeah.
number 2.
But
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't think Cynthia and Portia have the same relationship as Candy and Cynthia do. So I think Cynthia felt comfortable more so doing it with Candy than.
Plus, not only the toy line, you have to remember she did that Candy Coated Night. So Candy is a freak.
Yeah, they talked about
And,
sex on the
but in a
internet.
great way, But
Yeah.
like Candy, I think will make you feel comfortable, but make sure you enjoy yourself. That's what
Exactly.
you want.
I think Portia, you have to go to the bar and get drunk off that cognac and Coke, and then y'all can get down.
Exactly. Corks. Yeah, I agree.
But
with you
Candy
on
will
that.
talk about it like right up front. Ooh, excuse my smoker's horse cough. It's really sexy, isn't it?
Well, I will say that Cynthia does have great etiquette because she did try to gargle and wash her mouth out to make sure her breath was fresh for the kiss.
That
So.
did not look attractive on camera.
Not at all.
I'd have been like, I don't know if I want to kiss you after all that.
I know. That's the little.
I'd want to kiss the shyest one, so I'd probably go with Candy, because Candy's like reserved and she's all in the corner and stuff. You know, she's not drinking like everyone else. So when you think back to that flashback of her and Portia in the club, Candy was completely sober.
Indeed.
And she was like, this bitch is drunk, trying to make out with me. Why is everyone trying to make out with me when you're drunk?
Well, that Cynthia Portia kiss did not count. I would just
No,
say
that kiss was weak.
And it didn't look that great on camera either, to be
sure
honest.
didn't.
I was like, Cynthia's just pushing her tongue into that girl's teeth. It just did not look that
I didn't
friendly.
see the tongue.
I didn't see it, but you could tell there was like some open mouth thing going on. It was weird.
I was gonna say the way Portia jumped, you could see exactly when the tongue was
Yeah,
like
exactly. I
Because
saw
Portia's like,
Portia was just not ready for it.
yeah.
It should have been at least 10 seconds. I'm just saying.
There should have been some visual tongue.
Cynthia should have told her, only the tip, girl, only the tip.
Hashtag only the tip. AfterBuzz TV.
Exactly.
So we're speeding all over Barcelona in the go-karts. And where are the helmets? Obviously, we're not for safety. Faulty brakes. Bravo. Girl, please. You know that bill got sent to Bravo when Portia crashed.
Yup.
It didn't look like a little bumper crash, too. It looked like it actually...
it looked like a hard crash. It looked-
Yeah, that
It
might
was
have caused
under
some
there.
damage. She had to switch cars.
Yeah, she definitely cannot drive. I don't know what's wrong with Portia. And she was just being reckless. Her hands were in the air. She was screaming like, girl, I don't want to be a passenger with you.
Yeah,
at
I would
all.
not want to. I would want to be behind her, but not in front of her. I want
Yeah.
to keep my eye on her.
They need to put her in bumper cars or something where you can just, you have a little space of safety because she's horrible.
I'm very aware when I'm driving. I'm looking at what everyone else is doing,
Yep.
other than myself, and focusing on what I'm doing. I'm like, I know if you're on the phone next to me or if you're like changing the radio, and I'm aware of that. I'm like, I can't be near that person. I can't trust that person.
You're a defensive
Yeah.
driver. That's what that's
Yes,
called.
I am. And I'm an aggressive driver. I live in Los Angeles, so I know how to get from point A to point B. So, yes, we're going to talk about how Nene said payaya.
Payaya. That's my payaya.
They were hungry. They wanted paella, some clams, some mussels. I don't know about anything like that, but I was starving.
It looks so good.
It looks
Yes.
so good. And let me just tell you, Spanish paella, oh my God, it is one of my favorite foods ever. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like a rice with clams and mussels and shrimps and everything. And the prawns came with the head on, which is the perfect because you just rip
Yeah,
that
that's
head
why-
off and you suck on it.
It's the only way to eat it.
But what about the other food they were eating? It was looking kind of nasty.
No, what? The calamari?
No, the octopus that
that's
Portia
calamari.
was eating that
Yeah.
she's supposed to be
Yeah,
vegan.
bomb. I love.
Yeah.
Okay, you're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead. We're still talking about the food, but she
The
is not no vegan
mushrooms.
no more.
So good.
The grilled mushrooms, they didn't look all that, but Nene was like, "These mushrooms are the business."
But mushrooms never look good, but they always taste bomb. So
Mushrooms
yeah.
are bomb. I
Yeah.
love mushrooms.
So I would
Magic
me too.
mushrooms too. And I love head.
Yeah.
I love head.
Who doesn't?
Love.
Yeah.
I
so-
mean, I do most of the time if it's the right kind of fish.
I love receiving it.
those prawns look juicy, and I just wanted to just.
Yeah,
Suck the head off.
exactly.
Suck the
If,
head.
if it's a big juicy prawn and not a really like small crawfish, then it makes all the difference.
That's how you
the
do it in
taste.
New Orleans. You suck the head.
Thank
You
you.
do.
That's how you do it globally. You always
Yes,
suck the head.
yes.
That's how you get a man, baby.
Yep.
No, but I love New Orleans and I love crawfish and I love all that stuff. I love, love, love food, clearly. And Portia is no vegan. This baby vegan. Okay, so you notice how she was really easy about slipping up in front of everybody? How many times has she slipped? Because when she was on Watch What Happens Live, she stated that she's still a vegan. Baby girl, if you've slipped this many times, hate to break it to you, but you're just a vegan by occasion.
No, okay. I think my sister's a vegetarian, for instance, but she loves like cheeseburgers, but she'll only eat one once a year.
Wait, okay.
She's a
what?
vegetarian for health reasons, not necessarily because of like
Okay.
saving animals or whatever. Although
But
she
we
does.
love animals, though.
We do,
We really
and
do.
my sister does love animals. But for her birthday, like that's her one cheat day. She'll have a burger, and then the rest of the year she's fine. So I think it was just one of those like winning.
That's
Barcelona.
weird. You're not a vegetarian.
Exactly.
She's
But-
just someone that chooses not to eat meat that much.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
I have a girlfriend who's she's gotten so much heat because she says she's a vegan, right? But I always tell her she's a like basically if you come any place where she is and you have free food, she'll eat it no matter what it is. So if you have like free sandwiches
she's a
from
scavenger.
right? She's basically
She ain't no vegan.
Exactly.
She's called a scavenger.
Exactly. Now, if she's paying for it, then she's a vegan. But if it's free, if it's like food outside of the counter, she'll
That's
eat
very
it. It's like,
strange.
You know,
I
what?
think
it
we
makes
only-
sense because vegan food is really expensive.
really
yeah, exactly. exactly.
But I think we saw
So-
her mess up only this one time, right? We haven't seen her.
That's how many times we've seen her, but how many times has she done it off
Exactly.
camera?
That's what I
Like,
was just trying to say. Like, you know, she was stating she was a vegan, but she was having octopus and mussels
Exactly.
and
My thing is
stuff,
like I
and-
like octopus. I love I like calamari.
Be a
but
pescatarian.
but if I'm gonna slip, calamari's not your first slip. That's not you don't
Thank
slip
you very
off
much.
octopus. You know
I'm
what I'm
a
saying?
slip. I'm a slip on some filet
Thank
mignon.
you. She already slipped on some steak and some fried chicken and some bacon before this. That's all
Thank you. I cannot imagine Portia not having any fried chicken. Come on, girl, you're from the South.
I know.
Look at that
I
big
know,
old booty,
I
them
know.
thighs. I know
I'm
you
from
eat.
the South. I'm a vegetarian for real. A real vegetarian.
Yeah.
Guys.
Really? When was the last time you had meat?
Over a year ago.
So you're newly vegetarian.
She's a toddler
No.
vegetarian.
By occasion.
I started-
You're not a baby, but you just started to walk.
But at least I went a year.
Shout out to Keen in the chat. Thank you. Yes, one cheeseburger does not count. She is a vegetarian.
Oh,
If you
Was
live
it a
in
veggie burger? I don't know.
if you live in America 364 days a year and then you go chill in Canada for one day, are you suddenly a Canadian? No, you're still an American.
Doesn't have anything to do with
That's what
immigration
veggie
laws,
burgers
but
are
okay.
for.
And we move on. Nene flips the script and she wants backup. She wants to know, y'all, she was wrong. And I want you to say she was wrong. So she goes around the table, literally. Who is going to admit that she was wrong? Because she wrong for that. And she really is wrong. So, you know, water bugs, we talked about them. We've been talking about them for weeks, actually. But Sheree says she hasn't seen one in a really long time. Cue the Bravo montage of her stepping on a roach just a couple episodes ago.
In her house, right?
At her house, and it was a huge roach.
Huge.
It was the size of a dog.
I just want to say the Nene thing was very Last Supper-esque to me. Like, her going around the table and being basically like, who's faithful to me?
It really
Yes.
was. Except, you know...
It was like drawing battle lines. Like, are you team
Sheree
Nene
was
or
Judas.
team Kim?
yeah, except we had, you know, what's his face in the corner? The
Yeah.
devil, Marlo.
Marlo
I was
is
gonna
ready.
say Ludacris. What's the devil's name?
Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Ludacris.
I'm like,
He's
y'all.
a rapper.
I'm like, we got
now.
Ludacris in the corner. The devil, Ludacris.
Don't put baby in the corner.
Okay, Marlo.
She's ready to get that peach, boo.
She really is. And everyone's wig was wiggling out. Like, everyone's wig was not on point. They were all slipping. Cynthia's wig was itching. She wanted to scratch it, take it off. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know about that, but I know
Listen.
the rule is you never take your wig off, right?
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
you get drunk, sometimes like it gets really hot under there, and you just wanna.
Yeah.
My
but
nana
you wait
takes
till-
her wig off when she's drunk.
Come on, Mean Girls reference. You gotta wait till at least you're in the Uber on the way home before you can start acting crazy, though.
Exactly.
You can't be.
I'm gonna pull my wig off on TV now.
Oh, exactly. Unless the only time you pull your wig off on TV is if you got another one underneath.
Yeah.
Ooh, RuPaul's Drag Yes. RuPaul's Drag Race reference right there, baby. Roxy Andrews.
Yes, legend.
So Nene was right though. One thing that she did talk about, and that got lost in translation with all the mess with Marlo flipping out. Before all that, it was wrong. It's calculated. Who wants a friend that's very calculated? Who goes into someone's house videoing?
Yeah.
Who does that?
But I think also the point that Nene brought up, which is very valid, is besides Brielle's videos, because assuming that Kim did not know about it and she found about it later at the Snapchat, all that stuff, Kim took that photo of that Rolls Royce in that parking spot from
Months
the
ago.
beginning of the season, and after they supposedly squashed it, kept it for moments like this.
Yeah.
That's trifling.
It is.
And I think it's weird. Like, it was weird to me. Sheree wasn't saying it was right, and she wasn't saying it was wrong. And I was like, you can be friends with someone and still acknowledge when you're not a real friend if you can't acknowledge when someone's like messing up.
Exactly.
But I also kind of understood where Portia's point of view was like, listen, y'all are the type that will go head to head and then be BFFs 2 seconds later. I'm not
It's
trying to
true.
throw my hat in there. Like Nene and Marlo is a perfect example. I'm not trying to throw my hat in the ring for that because you two get back together and then I'm still on the outs.
And Marlo's pretty wishy-washy. She even said, well, we're not friends, we're Instagram friends.
Yeah.
So there's already really weird rules when it comes to
The
that.
thing about Portia is she definitely keeps backsliding. And she did it right there at that point because when Nene came back and asked right after Marlo, she said, yeah, I agree. But when Marlo was asking, then she had a problem. So,
And the little flashbacks that were going on about like, well, I didn't know that was gonna happen, and then you flashback. You know, Bravo Shady, they got you.
Yes.
I got something for that ass, baby.
Yes.
But
The
do you-
editors are killing it this season.
They really
Facts,
are.
raises for everyone. But
so
do you-
Sheree, she knew about the video. Do you think she, as the bone collector and the tea spiller, should she have told Nene about the video?
I think if Sheree is claiming to be friends with Nene the way she did, well, actually, because of the whole Tyrone situation, I'm
She's
not surprised.
They're
She
not
didn't
friends
say
right
anything.
now.
Yeah, they're not
But
friends.
I think normal messy Sheree would have. But I think the thing with, Portia saying I didn't know she was going to do that, because in the flashback, if that was me in that
It was so
situation,
minimal, right?
in that situation, I would have thought she was just sending it to the girls in that, like, just sending it to, like, Sheree. Not everybody that's
Well,
on the
it's
trip.
just really easy to like. When I was watching the flashback, I was thinking if I was in that situation, I probably would have went back and went like, I didn't know she was gonna send a video because it was so fast.
Yeah.
Right, because when they did the flashback, she was like, okay, wait, a video's coming. Of what?
And then
I don't
hung
know.
up, and then
like, I
hung
don't,
up, and they were all
yeah.
like,
Right, we don't know what she's going to send. She could be sending a video of herself. You didn't really know. But I wanted to also agree with, oh, girl, you're not agreeing with Drew. I'm going to agree with Drew. The whole thing, I think Portia is in a different position than Sheree. Portia is valid in that she barely got a friend in the group. She's on the verge. She could almost get cut. You know what I mean? So she can't really jump in
shouldn't have.
and say something to Kim because nobody has Portia's back. But Sheree is tight. You know what I'm saying? Sheree is always gonna be good. Sheree can go in and say something to Kim if she's a friend and be like, look, your child was wrong. But Portia, I think she's right now to step into it because nobody has her back right now.
Yeah.
Portia needs to do whatever she can do to stay in these girls' good graces, and I feel like she's not taking
well,
accountability.
she was told the rules. This, you want to get back with everyone, you got to stand in front of one and say, I fucked up.
But, like,
Apparently.
Exactly.
Apparently.
I agree with
but
that.
I don't, because why does she have to owe apologies to everyone else? The only
No,
person
it's not
she did.
apologies. They just want her to own it.
They want her to go and basically be a martyr and, like, get stoned. Like, they want to be able to.
Pretty much.
And that, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, like, the
No,
only
but the
person.
thing about it is that she just hasn't. Like everything that she's talked about, she's always thrown herself into the victim lane a little bit. She's like,
Yeah.
I got duped, just like you guys. I got duped. This is
Right.
what was told to me. But they're just so tired of that. They don't want to hear about that. They're like, we're done with that part about you saying that it was told you. We're done with that part. We want to move on to the part where you're like, I was wrong too.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, she was wrong to Candy, and she's kissed Candy's butt all season.
I
So
agree.
what else could she do for the
But
girl?
but I say if you embarrass me publicly, then you need to apologize publicly. She pulled Candy to the side and apologized.
But I feel like, but that's the only person she did dirty. That's the only person she did wrong.
Yeah, but you guys know how these other girls are. Nene is right. The fact that they keep bringing it up, you gotta shoot them all down at once.
And I get that, but I'm just saying, like, in a sensible point, like, with real sensible people, that wouldn't, I feel like that's not how it goes down. If I did something wrong to Lian, it's not my business to apologize to you two. It's my business to apologize to Lian.
yeah, I'm not saying apologize to everyone. I'm just saying apologize in front of everyone.
But then I feel like they'd be like, oh, then you're just like, you're
Well, maybe
trying
No,
to
do
she
be a
would be
martyr.
accepting
maybe do it
responsibility
in
for what she
private.
did.
Maybe do it in private, and then afterwards at the table, be like, just want you guys know that me and Candy, I had a little moment. I apologized to her, and I just want to let everybody know that I have apologized to her, and we are gonna try to move forward. Right, Candy? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
right there, she's just
Yeah,
like,
I
I
agree.
just
well,
think-
if you apologize to me, but I'm not trying to accept your apology, then you could see maybe you set the court up for someone else judging the situation differently, because you always have to be the bigger person. When you throw the apology out there and when you're the bigger person genuinely and the other person doesn't accept your apology, that's you leaving the ball
Yeah.
in the court. The other person looks a little differently when they're the ones that are fighting, the reconciliation. When someone is fighting the good, then they look a certain way.
Yeah.
Portia should have just apologized, left the ball in the court, but acknowledged to the group, this is what has happened. I've genuinely apologized, and I'm trying to move forward, and I'm letting all y'all know so you don't keep throwing it back in my face. Kenya, Nene, Marlo, I mean, we could play the montage.
I think she could do it, but I still think it's not going to do it. Like, I think at this point, these girls don't care. I mean, they bring up stuff that happened 7 years ago.
Yeah,
so I
that's
just
true.
don't think she's never going to be able to do anything where they're not going to bring this up in the fight.
Although I will say, Lian has a point because Candy's not going to accept it and hasn't. So that talking to Candy in private has not worked.
Exactly.
So I do agree that if she got credit for actually giving a genuine apology, it might help her relationships with the other women. Because at this point, to me, when we watch it, we know she's apologized, and Candy looks petty, and she would look petty to everyone else if she did it in public. So I do agree with you.
And you
on
feel
that
the
part.
desperation coming from Portia.
I know.
Especially at the end of the episode, she was like, y'all, I can't take it anymore. Like, I really have tried. To a certain extent.
Well, if you can't stand the heat, then go hang out with Kim Fields and be off the show.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I mean,
but a bitch can only take so
yeah,
much.
I feel bad for her, but I do also feel like you need to be on the trip. You need to get your coins. You need to
Yeah.
get the bag and stay on the trip. And
So maybe
you know,
if
figure it
Nene was
out.
like, this is what you need to do, try it. You got
yeah,
nothing to lose now.
Exactly. Going home is wimping out.
But I do respect when someone like Portia, she even said it in her, interview or whatever. When you've gone through anger management, when you've gone through therapy, and you've worked really hard to not be that person anymore, and someone is literally like
Testing
pushing
you.
the button that triggers that person, if you can like acknowledge and be like, you know what, none of this is worth it right now. My mental health is more important than the coin, than being on this trip, whatever. I need to take a step back. I can't hate on you for that.
Yes, mental health.
Yeah, because I think that's self-growth. The fact that Marlo got up in her face like that, can we just talk about what old Portia would have done?
Yeah, but Marlo was so FADED.
And so was Portia. She ordered a cognac as soon as they sat down at the table.
They were all faded, but at least Portia sobered up quickly and was like, okay, I can't deal with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm arguing with crazy now.
Oh,
You know what I
think
mean?
Marlo.
She should have moved too. I would have moved. And she was like, well, move. I would have been like, you know what? I am moving because I'm about to whoop your ass. I can't sit next to you.
No, I think Marlo would have got her. What do you think?
Oh, Marlo would have. Well, I don't know. Portia is crazy. She knows how to throw them kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
Marlo said she was in foster care for like 5 different homes or something.
yeah, I feel
so
like
I think
Marlo fights like a
is a
man.
street
I
chick,
feel like she's
for
gonna
sure.
fight like a dude,
She's
and she
kinda
would
built like a
yeah, I
man,
was gonna
too.
say I didn't want to say that exactly, but that's exactly what I mean.
Well, you know
So,
what?
yeah.
They're all pretty big girls. They're all big boned. They got big booties. They thick. You know, we like meat here. So
Yes, we
there
like
ain't no
it.
shame in the game. We ain't body shaming anyone. We're not horse shaming either because we love horse.
Exactly.
We do. They were trying to horse shame earlier, and we don't slut shame. Date whoever you want, Missy Elliott, tweet whoever you want, politicians, old men. We like it all around here.
But Portia did put that fan in her face, and she was wrong.
Marlo
Exactly.
did get up in Portia's face, though.
They were both wrong.
They were both
She
wrong.
should have moved. If you're dealing with crazy, get up and move.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah.
think it's like, I don't think it's a one-sided thing as far
And I
as
think
who
they're
got
both
in
wrong.
whose face.
And
Yeah.
you could just tell, like, the argument was going dark really, really fast.
Yeah.
And there wasn't valid points. So when it starts getting dark and you don't start making sense, I'm done arguing with you. When you're
Exactly.
talking about, well, she's my Instagram friend and I ain't liking another photo. And, like, I would have been like, really?
Although, I mean, I have got to say, I mean, I'm not going
This
to totally
was
be
hysterical.
team Marlo, but Portia, stop it with the fake crocodile tears about a doormat. That was so stupid. I was like, thank you, Marlo.
I
Because she's not
honestly
really.
think that was real because she
I
was
know.
Her
drunk.
mother's not dead. I mean,
Have you
I'm
ever
a mom.
drunk cried
Listen,
though?
No.
Have you ever been like, I love you, girl?
But
Yeah.
not about something so small, though.
No,
It was
okay,
so
but
stupid.
but
Marlo had a
she-
point. Marlo was like, you didn't cry when you accused a girl of rape. So I had to say Marlo had a good point
She
with that.
did make a good point. Like, okay, first of all, you're right. They were drunk, and I am prone to get emotional when I'm drunk. I
I
will look,
could see that, but
I can look at my friends and be like, "Whoa, I love you guys," or I could like, I don't know. But when she was talking about that was like her first house she bought herself, and that was something from her mom. I totally feel that. I have an old pot that my mom bought from like a pot set. From when I first moved into my first
And if we
apartment.
said that pot was too small, would you start crying?
I think if you started, I
don't think it was about the pot. I just think she was overwhelmed with
and
emotion.
she was getting
on the
roasted.
brink.
And,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Damn, I came on this trip trying to make amends, and I cannot like."
Well, they
I can't
roasted
even,
everybody.
but
yeah,
guys-
but like I can't even make my mat right for you guys. Like I feel like she's just like, "Damn, I can't do anything right."
But here's the thing. when Marlo asked her would she talk to Kim, all she had to do was say yes. When Nene asked her, she said yes. So she brought it on herself.
But like Marlo's problem
Marlo's
is,
like, answer my question.
Why
or
is-
it's gonna go down.
yeah, why is Marlo like Nene's pit bull? Why do I have to answer?
Well, because she was wasted. You can't
Yeah.
call him the pitbull. Marlo, I mean, even Nene was like, Marlo, oh man.
Yeah.
Are you being sarcastic, y'all?
but like
She's
I get,
down for Nene, her sister, her mother.
But
That's what she
I
said.
get Portia's thing where it's like I'm not gonna answer you because like
No, I get it too,
I don't,
though.
I don't
So
mind
why
her
did she
not
answer Nene?
answering, but
because Nene's the one who the situation actually affects.
Okay.
I don't mind her answering, but I agree. I
It's
thought the
just a
tears
drunk
were
fight.
fake.
It's just a drunk
yeah.
fight.
It's just a
drunk
drunk. You cry when you're
fight.
drunk.
They're
Okay,
roasting
yeah.
everyone. They're even talking about Sweden IKEA. They make IKEA come through IKEA.
I love IKEA.
First of all, I didn't realize how badly Peter had broke Cynthia. Really, if all her furniture's from IKEA, because that is like right out of college.
Okay,
Like I
I'm
was like,
like, oof.
Cynthia, I thought you had more money.
Cynthia has
Or-
coins.
Peter took all the money.
Cynthia
Yeah.
has coins. She's just cheap.
She is.
She's
and
frugal.
She is.
Yeah,
and I don't know who
I don't
paid that
know.
bill when they all got into the fight, but they all got up really quickly. And Nene's
Yeah.
like, bring that absolute.
I know.
One
Every
of
time
my
I talk
favorite
about why
parts.
not Grey Goose? Like, why are you drinking Absolute? That's just
Absolute.
kind of sad.
You know
Top
what?
shelf, baby.
Not really.
through,
Not really.
Absolute.
It's not
Come
Ciroc.
through.
It's not. I mean, like,
I
come
like
on.
Ciroc, y'all.
It
I
keeps
like
Ciroc.
Absolute. Absolute is the gay
I like
vodka.
Absolute if I don't have any money.
I stay with the darks. I stay with the darks.
You know what?
You
One
know
of my
what?
favorite bars in New York City, it's called, I don't know what it's called actually, but they have $4 Absolutes. Come through Absolute. I
Okay,
am sponsored by the Absolute.
I have
Tour.
to drink vodka because Hennessy makes me aggressive, and I think that's kind of where the fight came in. It makes me a little
True.
like,
Hennessy will make you fight.
The darks will bring it out.
That thug passion. She's sipping that thug passion.
Hennessy makes me either want to fight or want to freak. There's no in between. So I.
But you know what I did
Well, I've
like
been
though?
freaking on vodka all day long.
Eva was calling Marlo out. She was like, you were provoking her, though. Marlo was like, with what? My words? Yes, girl. What else would you provoking her with?
Yes.
Your words are sharp, girl.
I like Eva because she's very. I said like the Nene. I said what I said. That's Eva in a nutshell. Like she.
Yeah.
But she's calm about it, which
She
I like.
is.
It's
Yeah.
very poised. It's very...
Politician.
Yeah, she's coming hard. I mean, she's definitely developing a character for herself and standing up for herself, which is nice for somebody new.
And I'm liking the vibe she's giving me in the confessional.
Yeah.
And we ain't trying to get locked up abroad. The Nene comments. She said a couple things that were really killing it, especially with the Get the Absolute. And I
She's
ain't
like, I
trying to
haven't
be-
been locked up in years. yes, we know your mugshot, girl. We got
Okay,
you.
We want the T-shirt. Swag Boutique, send us that shirt, bro.
Yes.
vacay should be all about having fun, not fighting.
Well, they're bringing the hood to Barcelona.
I feel like it's not a good girls trip though unless someone gets in a fight.
I mean,
Well-
that's why they go.
Yeah.
I think you should be trying to find a man to have a one night stand with or something.
I need a man, not a boy, to approach me.
Okay.
Well, at the end of the day, they did break down Portia, and Portia went and had a little moment with Nene, and she was like, I want my big sister back, and I just can't win. And Nene's like, girl, relax, take a deep breath. We'll be waiting for you. Take a minute, see if you really want to leave. I'm not sure if she actually leaves. We know we left her ass at the hotel, but I don't know if she meets up with them later. Let's get into some news and gossip.
Yes.
AfterBuzz TV News.
True.
Okay, so following this episode, Kim released this like statement or whatever and said, I've had it with Nene. She's tried to ruin my credibility for years. Enough is enough. She can dish it, but she can't take it, period. I sent the video to the housewives only, and I never released it to any media or press. Nene should really worry about the bugs in her home rather than worrying about me. She's never been a loyal person and talks behind everyone's back. And that's evident with her track record. Nene versus Kim, Nene versus Candy, Nene versus Sheree, Nene versus Cynthia, Nene versus Marlo, Nene versus Wendy Williams, Nene versus Dwight.
Look, first of all, we all fight with everyone, and they all fight with each other, so
Yeah.
that's stupid. And sending it to the housewives is like sending it to TMZ, girl. You're on
On
a
a
reality
reality
show.
National TV, okay?
Oh, my God. What's next, baby?
I want you. So there's this photo that one
Oh,
of the
I
house.
saw that. Okay.
Yeah, that Nene Leaks posted, and we got some tatas. I obviously had to post a censored one.
What do you guys think? We want to know in the comments, is she hot? Is she not?
What did you guys think about her surgery? Because I thought for her age, her tatas looked amazing
Yeah, I
balls.
was like,
Yeah, no, she looks good. I'm
She looks
feeling
really
this
good.
photo.
I was like, nothing was hanging or
I'm not-
sagging. I was very
I'm not
impressed.
feeling it because it's not classy to show your nipples.
But you know what? I saw the
You know what?
actual uncensored photo, and it doesn't actually look like her nipples. It looks like the coloration of the sheer.
Yeah.
No, it looks like
Yeah.
nipples.
but also,
Then nipples are $half then. Actually, they don't even have dollars. They're big
sexualizing
dollars.
nipples is so overrated and annoying. She has great boobs. She looks amazing. I say go for it. And I don't think her class has anything to do with having great boobs.
And I say, who's your doctor, girl? Because
Yeah.
that looked amazing.
And
Let
wait till I wear
me
my sheer shirt
know.
next week. Y'all gonna see my titties.
All right, so next, tonight was finally Marlo's first night ever in the treehouse. She got to go on Watch What Happens Live, and we were watching a little bit of
Yay,
it.
she's trying to
before we
get
went
that peach.
Yeah, how crazy is it that she's been on or been around that long, has never been on Watch What Happens Live?
Oh
Well, that's
my
cool.
God.
But yes,
yeah.
so this was a tweet from back in January, and someone was like, "Yo, why hasn't Marlo been on the show?" And Andy was like, "You have a really good point. Let's bring her on." And so she has been on.
Well, what's next is why haven't I been on Watch What Happens Live? Guys, let's start a campaign.
Fox, I want to be a bartender.
Okay.
All right, so can you all name which housewife is on?
Oh my God. Looking like,
Hair
hold
product.
up, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. She looks like the 50s right there. Oh my God, Candy.
What is this?
This is okay. So Candy posted this TBT, and it is from when she was the photo shoot is when she was 18, and it was they posed
Hair
for
dye.
this hair dye company,
Oh,
and
okay.
a friend of hers sent it to her, and she was like, I want to know why this particular picture is still being sold, like.
Well, look at the clearance tags on it.
Yeah.
There's clearance price marks on it. They're like,
I feel like
we
that hair
selling
dye
this
is going to cause cancer.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
just
like,
going to say that right
right.
now.
Well,
Candy,
they're
does
gonna
this stuff
sell
work?
it until it goes out. We paid for this inventory. We're
Although,
gonna sell it till
although
it's
I'm not
over.
going to
From the
lie,
80s.
if I find that box in a beauty supply shop, I'm buying it.
Please buy one for me
Yes,
as well.
I will bring it here,
That
guys.
Send us a little haircut, please.
That will burn off your
Candy
edges for
faces.
sure.
Thank you. Exactly.
Well, anyways, that is it, girls. Do you guys want to add anything else? Next episode looks amazing.
Look some amazeballs.
Yeah, make sure to catch us every Sunday night, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, 9 p.m. Make sure to follow us on all social media. Give us a thumbs up now because it was a really good show, and we love hearing your comments.
Love you
So make
guys.
sure to keep giving us those comments. Keep giving us that live, darling. You can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian.
Add me on Instagram, Conversation Piece.
Add me on all social media at Erika, Erika, D as in door, Edwards.
And you can find me on all the things at OK Drew J.
Good night, guys. Follow me on
night.
Instagram.
Love you, lady.
Ciao, folks.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.